Hey, day 21 of the 2023 Beer Advent Calendar Series here on MKE Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
I'm Ross.
And we've got Mr. Lau joining us from Eau Claire. He's rolling his way through the VolumeOne Advent Calendar. Ross and I are going to be tackling the Three Cellars Advent Calendar today. Tyler, unfortunately, his device in which he joins us with has passed. So,
Why'd you say it like that?
namaste to Tyler's laptop. And what?
How awkward.
We're going to jump right into the Three Cellars beer here tonight on day 21. We've only got four beers left.
First, though, who are we cheering for tonight? The Saints or the Rams?
Go Saints. Go Saints.
All right.
All right. This is a bottle on day 21. We've got, it is the Great Lakes Christmas Ale. So we've got more ale and spices. And honey.
Spices and honey.
And
so
honey.
So I know this ended the 2021 Advent Calendar. I think it ended last year too.
Did end last year.
So I'm really curious. I just assumed it would end it with this again. This one isn't bad. I know I've liked it in the years past. I've enjoyed it. I think the honey helps because it adds some sweetness to it. But we'll get in the glass and we'll find out.
So this comes in at 7.5%. Yeah, it's a Christmas ale. So it says, do not open till Christmas. Whoever coined that phrase obviously hasn't tasted Christmas ale's fresh honey, cinnamon, and ginger flavors.
Oh, there we go.
I thought you would ad-lib that. I didn't realize that's actually what it said in the
Yeah, no, I'm not that good.
I thought you were for a second too ad-libbing, and then I was like, oh yeah, no, he's reading off the bottle.
Oh shit, that works out really well. Never mind, no it doesn't.
All right, well, let's pour this thing out. I'm gonna guess it's gonna look like last night's, and it does.
Very similar.
Very similar. Now, from what I remember about this, so decent carbonation. This one is a lot cleaner than the one we had last night from 903.
This is a good looking beer. I like the way I've always liked the way this one looks. It's very clean. I like Great Lakes. I think Great Lakes does really good stuff. Nothing crazy, but everything they produce is just solid good beer in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed. And interesting, as we get closer and closer to Christmas, we're starting to see more and more ginger and spices and cinnamon and all those good things. So I'm very curious how this ends. Let's get this one on the nose.
Much maltier than the other Christmas beers and other ones we've had. To me, at least, I think it's very reminiscent to like a red ale more than anything else. That maltiness of a red ale with that slightly hop coming through as well.
There's hop character on the nose of this, but there's a brightness there that I think is the ginger that's kind of hitting me in the nose, maybe more so than either of those two things.
Okay, I'm just getting that malt characteristic coming through. So
let's try it out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
It helps. So you get the cinnamon up front, but what really helps save this beer, in my opinion, from just all the spices that we've said multiple times we're not really a big fan of, is you get a little bit of the sweetness from the honey, and then that hop characteristic kind of just takes over towards the end. And that hop bitterness, I think, just finishes nicely. Again, to me, this really reminds me of like a really good like red ale. Like what was the one from the one Lakefront used to? I can't think of it. Something bike or cycle or something, or I can't think of what it was. But it reminds me a lot of this beer. What the hell was that? Broken Spoke? I don't remember. I'll remember as soon as the show's over. But the hoppiness on this at the end, I really enjoy on this beer.
I think what differentiates this from the beer we got from 903 is the honey adds some additional viscosity to the beer. It drinks a little bit thicker. I mean, it's still a thin beer. It's light to medium body, but I think just the mouthfeel on it, there's more viscosity to it. Like you said, the malt characters are kicked up in this versus what we got in 903's beer. And that malt really pulls back the spice notes in this. Like they're there, but they're well blended into the overall flavor of the beer. Whereas like the cinnamon in the 903 beer last night was like, bam. This is more subtle. And then, yeah, it finishes really, really nice with the hops and the malt character that kind of cleans everything up out the back. So you don't have kind of this lingering potpourri spice character on the tongue. It just cleans up really nice. It's a nice drinkable beer. So another Christmas ale and a good one at that. I'm going to go 4 on this. I don't remember what I rated it last year, but I'm going to go 4. I think this is a really good beer. And if there's a Christmas ale in this vein that I want to drink, this would be one of the few.
I'm right there with you. I'm going 4. Again, I think that hop characteristic is really nice on this. It's there, but it's not like bitter in a lot of ways. It's not like overly bitter. It just adds a nice kind of something else to the beer. I think you need to hit the nail right in the head. While it is still a thin beer, that honey gives it that like coating, warming kind of flavor profile to it. That's, I think, it's very subtle, but it's very well done. This is definitely a Christmas ale. Like I buy myself and get every year because I really like this one. I think it's well made. I think it fits the season real well.
Yeah. And I'm not really tasting a lot of ginger, so yay for that. All right. Three Cellars complete here on day 21. Mr. Lau, VolumeOne, what you got on day 21?
I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully it's something good.
Oh, there you go.
That Lazy Monk?
Lazy Monk, but this is something I have never had before. It is Lazy Monk's Anniversary Ale, a bourbon vanilla coconut something. Comes in at 9.7% alcohol.
Oh, man.
Right. So there you go. That is not a point blonde.
All right. It is not. I was just going to say, I hope this calendar kind of kicks itself up a little bit. And the last couple ones have been a little bit disappointing. So I think it did not disappoint with this guy. So Lazy Monk is a brewery in Eau Claire, and they make some really, really good, fun stuff. It's just a cool place to hang out too. So I don't know. Let's see how this goes.
That is red.
Not the color I was expecting out of that.
That is not what I was expecting either.
What? Is it a stout?
No. Does not say. It's an ale.
Ale?
So an anniversary ale with bourbon.
It is darkening up quite a bit. That could be the lighting.
It is. Bourbon, vanilla, and coconut ale. So it is it's a lot darker than I expected. It's a little bit thinner down here, but yeah, once it gets kind of fill up the glass, it gets nice and dark. There's almost like no head on that at all. I don't know. Let's see what the nose is like. It's like straight coconut, like really strong coconut with some kind of vanilla in there.
Are you a coconut fan in beer? That's another like polarizing taste, I think, for some people.
I don't know if I've had many beers with coconut. I'll say it gives off kind of candle vibes, and I'm hoping that that's not what it tastes like.
I still feel like one of my favorite coconut beers is City Lights Coconut Porter.
I'm also not getting like any bourbon at all. So I don't know if it's like barrel aged, if it's like a barrel aged ale, or if they just put some bourbon in there, or what the bourbon means. I mean, I don't know what they.
I'm guessing it's bourbon flavored, not bourbon barrel aged, or they would say that, but I don't know actually.
All right. Well,
I want to meet the head brewer that just takes a bottle of bourbon and pours it into their beer at the end. He's like, yeah, it's bourbon beer.
You had bourbon. We added some bourbon to it. I mean,
Kids
how
like
else do you
these.
Just,
The kids like these
Just
days.
gotta up the proof on this thing. Let's just put some bourbon
they're just
in it.
making Boilermakers and putting them in the cans.
Doesn't seem like the worst plan. All right. Cheers. Ooh,
Cheers, buddy.
there was a little chocolatey note on that one. All right. We'll see how this goes. Well, there's the bourbon. Holy cow. That did not come through on the nose at all, but it's there.
Maybe they did just pour bourbon into it.
That's really good. Like it is really good. It kicks the ABV up a notch. You can taste that it's heavier on the ABV. It's still like a very, very light, like not light. It's not like thick like a stout, right? It doesn't have that viscosity like some of the stouts do. It's not thick, but you can definitely tell and get some of the spirit in there. I don't know. They might have literally just put bourbon in here. I have no idea what they actually did. But then that coconut and the bourbon go together really, really well. And the vanilla kind of comes through as well to kind of balance it all out. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it works together really, really well. I did not think that was going to work based on it smelling, based on how it smelled. I didn't think I was going to get all three of those flavors, and I didn't think they were going to all come through.
Lazy Monk is one of those breweries that it's very underrated. Like you walk in there, it's like, oh, it's a German beer hall type thing, and they got this random dog that walks around all the time, and like it looks like a mom and pop type
Yeah.
shop. And then you try the beer, and it's packed with flavor. They do such a good job
Yeah.
getting flavor into their beer, and
They
they
do.
distributed. Oh, I would buy the what out of it down here.
Even like just some of their basic beers, because they're kind of trying to be that sort of German
Yeah.
beer hall kind of like they're trying to have that vibe, and they do just really simple but really flavorful beers
Yeah.
too. But then they do things like that smoked Bach that were just fantastic, right? And it just like comes through perfectly. But in this, if there's,
So-
I mean, there's no other flavors in here, I don't think. And these all three of those come through, and it, yeah, like this is really good.
So let me ask you this question before you rate it. Is this the best beer in the box so far?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just say it sounds like it.
I mean, this thing is. I don't know if I've had anything like this, because anything else with these flavors is a stout. Like I don't think I can think of an ale that has some bourbon in it somehow with vanilla and coconut.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some Scotch ales, but those are just kind of not usually adjuncted like this. I don't feel like, at least that I've seen. I'm sure they're probably out there somewhere. That's
Definitely
delicious.
sounds unique for sure. So anniversary ale from Lazy Monk. Where are you putting it?
I'm going to give it a 4.5. This is, I think I've given maybe 1 4.25 this year on this series. This is by far the best beer that I've had out of this entire box. I'm going to go with the 4.5. This is just really well done, really delicious. And I mean, yeah, Lazy Monk, you knocked it out of the park with this. I don't remember seeing this in stores around here either.
I love that they made it in there, because I was hoping you were going to get something from them.
Me too.
because
I was really
Yeah,
hoping
me
that.
too.
The only time
I'm glad I finally got something.
I haven't been there. Obviously, the both of you have, but I've tried it when you've brought it down, and it's always been excellent. So, very, very cool that they made it in.
Yeah, that's
So
phenomenal.
Lazy Monk and Great Lakes here on day 21. We've got 3 beers left, 3 days left until Christmas. Exciting. Can't believe we're almost done with this thing, but we are darn close. So hopefully you're sticking with us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see all of you on Friday.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.